Good day, everyone. I'm Giselle Mico Arpia, your host for today. It is my pleasure to welcome you all for today's seminar entitled WinPlot, a mathematical plotting program for Windows, part of our seminar workshop 2026. May I request all participants to settle down because we're about to begin. Let us all stand for the singing of the national anthem. Please remain standing for the CRSU theme. Let us remain standing for the opening prayer. my pleasure to welcome you all again for today's seminar entitled WinPlot, a mathematical plotting program for Windows, part of our Seminar Workshop 2026. This seminar focuses on exploring WinPlot as a software tool for teaching and learning mathematics, particularly in graphing and visualizing mathematical functions. In this seminar, we will learn the basic features of WinPlot, how to create and customize graphs, and how it can be used as an effective tool for solving mathematical problems. Whether you are a student, teacher, or simply someone interested in math, this program can enhance your understanding and make learning more interactive. We hope that by the end of this session, participants will gain meaningful insights and practical skills in using the software for mathematical instruction. At this point, it is my honor to introduce first speaker for today. Our speaker is knowledgeable in the field of mathematics, educational technology, with experience in integrating digital tools to enhance mathematical understanding. Without further ado, let us welcome our first speaker, Ms. Beatriz Vallega.
Good day, everyone! Today, we will be presenting WinPlot, a graphing program developed by Richard Paris, a teacher from Phillips Exeter Academy in New Hampshire. WinPlot is a free graphing software that is widely used in mathematics education, particularly in algebra and calculus. Although it is free, it is considered a high-quality tool because of its ability to accurately graph mathematical functions and help users visualize mathematical concepts. The main purpose of WinPlot is to provide a visual representation of mathematical functions. In many mathematical topics, students often find it difficult to understand equations when they are only written in symbolic form. With WinPlot, these equations can be transformed into graphs, making it easier to analyze behaviors such as slope, curvature, intercepts, and overall shape of functions. This visualization is very helpful because it bridges the gap between abstract mathematical expressions and real graphical interpretation. It also allows learners to explore mathematics interactively, making the learning process more engaging and meaningful. In terms of importance, WinPlot plays a significant role in mathematics education. It helps students and teachers better understand complex mathematical concepts by turning abstract equations into clear visual graphs. This improves conceptual understanding, supports classroom instruction, and encourages exploratory learning. It also helps learners develop stronger analytical skills by allowing them to observe patterns, changes, and relationships in functions more easily. Overall, it serves as an effective educational tool that enhances both teaching and learning experiences in mathematics. For system requirements, WinPlot is compatible with Microsoft Windows operating systems. It requires minimal processing power, very small storage space, and runs on standard display settings, making it highly accessible. To install WinPlot, the program is downloadable as a compressed file. Users need to extract it using software such as WinZip. After extraction, the file is opened and installed in the system directory, commonly in C:\peanut. Once installed, the program can be run immediately and users are encouraged to check for updates regularly to ensure they are using the latest version. Now, let us move on to the interface of WinPlot. The interface is composed of several important components. First is the title bar, which is located at the top of the window. It displays the name of the program or the current file being used, and it also contains standard window controls such as minimize, maximize, and close buttons. Next is the menu bar, which is located just below the title bar. This contains the main menus of WinPlot such as File, Equa, View, Buttons, 1, 2, Anim, and MISC. These menus provide access to all major functions of the software. The graphing window is the central workspace of WinPlot. This is where the coordinate plane is displayed and where graphs of mathematical equations appear. It is the main area used for visualization. The dialog box is a small window that appears whenever a command is selected. It allows users to input equations and adjust different settings such as range, style, and graph properties before displaying the result. Now, let us proceed to the basic menu options under the window and help sections. The window menu is used to manage different graphing environments. It allows users to choose between different modes such as 2D for standard graphing, 3D for spatial visualization, GES for equation matching, mapping for transformations, and planets for simulating orbital motion. It also includes options such as showing recent files, opening the last file used, restoring default setting, and exiting the program. Meanwhile, the Help menu serves as a guide for users. It includes the Help option, which provides detailed instructions on how to use the software. It also includes tips, which give shortcuts and practical advice for easier use. Lastly, the About option. It provides information about the software, including its background, version, and its developer, Richard Paris. These basic features form the foundation of how users interact with WinPlat and prepare them for more advanced functions in the following sections.
Now, let's proceed to the next speaker, which is the GSED Mathematics, Mr. Ariel D. Watiwa. A round of applause, please.
Menu button. File menu button, File menu button in WinPlat is used for basic file operations and handling graph outputs. It allows user to manage their work, especially when saving or exporting graphs. Ito makikita nyo yung open, new, save as, print, format, then yung mga shortcuts niya dito sa right side, and then sa clipboard, copy to clipboard, view module. Dito sa open, magagamit nyo to open the existing file. Halimbawa, yung itong nakasave ko na heart, ayan, full screen natin. Ayan, then ganun din sa new, kung gusto nyo magkaroon ng bago, ayan, Control N kung gusto nyo mas mabilis. Then, halimbawa, gusto kong isave, Shift S. Then, ayan, file name ko, no name, then save. Ayan, nakasave na yun ngayon. Then, kung gusto ko namang i-print, Control P. Ayan, pili lang kayo dyan yung properties, ready, status, then kung ilang kopya. Well, for me, alam nyo naman na siguro yan. Next, yung format, kung anong gusto yung format. Yung width, bali yung print format nyo ay naka-cm yan. Ang width niya ngayon dito, yung default ay 7.62. At yung X unit niya ay 0.99, or pwede nyo rin baguhin sa 1. Ayan yung offset of upper left corner, horizontal and vertical. Then horizontal niya ay 2.54. Kung i-convert nyo yan sa inches, mag 1 inch yan, 1 inch. Ayun, concept. Then proceed tayo sa select printer. Ayan, pili kayong printer. Pwede yung palitan yung size. Kung gusto nyo, A4. Then, kung landscape or portrait. Yung margins niya, stay tayo sa normal na margin, yung 1 inch. Bottom and left and right. Proceed naman tayo sa copy to clipboard. Ayan, halimbawa, bukas natin ulit yung existing file nating hard. Open, then, ayan, copy natin. File, copy to clipboard, then paste natin sa graph. Ayan, paste. Ayan, diba? Kita-kita naman naka-paste. Ayan. Kung gusto nyo ilipat pwede sa Word, pwede rin sa PowerPoint presentation nyo. Then, ito, bitmap clipboard, yung image size, kung gusto nyo palitan, sa akin, okay naman na yan. Then, kung gusto nyo i-export, meron dito mga options, Fs, S, VG, etc. Kung gusto nyo mas secure, lagyan nyo ng password protection. Akin, okay naman na to. Then, eto, help. Kung gusto nyo bang basahin nyo to, kung gusto nyo malaman yung mga step-by-step process nito. Now, let's proceed to Equamenu. Sa Equamenu, makikita mo dyan yung mga functions niya, explicit, parametric, implicit, polar. The Equamenu is the central figure of WinPlat. It is where the equations are entered and converted into graphs. The type of graph depends on the option selected in the menu button. Ayan yung apat na yan. Simulan natin sa explicit. Ang shortcuts niya ay F1, shortcut, F1. Halimbawa, type tayo dyan, XX plus YY. Then, balitan natin yung length para yung pen width tsaka plotting density para mas visible. Ayan, makikita nyo, nakabuo tayo ng parabola. Ito, explicit menu, yung explicit function pala, use for equations in the forms of y is equal to f of x. This is most commonly used option for graphing functions such as linear, quadratic, exponential, and trigonometric functions. Halimbawa, ayan, nag-graph tayo ng quadratic equation. Ngayon, try natin tong trigonometric function. Taasan lang natin yung density para mas visible. Pwede rin natin palitan ng color. Halimbawa, favorite color, red. Then, ayan, kita. Pwede naman siyang gamitin. Proceed naman tayo ngayon sa parametric Parametric used when both x and y are expressed in terms of a parametric, usually t. This is useful for curves like circles, ellipse, and motion paths. And bigay tayong example. For example, eto, f of t, 3 cos 3t, then sin t. And pen width, dagdagan natin yung 5, change natin yung color into black. And ganyan, pwede mong makikita mo, kitang-kita naman, di ba? Gamit siya sa curves, sa mga curves, ito, mga curves na yan, circles, kapag given parehas yung x and y in terms of t. Dito, sa implicit, implicit is used for equations that are not solved for y, such as x squared plus y squared is equal to 1. This is commonly used for conic sections. Ito, makikita niyo example natin. Xx plus yy is equal to 13. Kapag computein mo yan, magiging x squared plus y squared is equal to 13. Ngayon, plot natin. Palitan natin yung pen width para mas visible. Then color. Kahit anong kulay piliin natin. Pero blue ito. And circle. Diba, hindi naman na-solve yung x and yung value ni y. Number 4, polar. Ito, magagamit natin to kung gusto natin na-observe kung paano nagkakaroon ng petals. Palitan natin ng density 5. Ayan. Color. Stay tayo sa color blue. Ayan, diba? Pag ayan, nakikita natin. Kapag 3 cos 2t, bali 4 yung petals niya. What if try natin i-edit? Gawin natin 3 cos 3t naman. Then, observe natin, ayan, nagbabago, naging 3. Edit pa natin, gawin natin 4. Naging 8 yung petals niya. Ngayon, na-observe natin na kapag add, bali 3 lang din. Kapag 2 nilagay natin, nagiging times 2 yung petal. Useful ito kapag gusto nyo ma-observe yung parametric function, yung polar functions niya, na kung paano nagbabago yung petals niya. Next nating i-tackle yung point. Ito, equation. So, point. Gamitin natin yung kadalasan natin ginagamit na x and y. Halimbawa, yung x natin ay 1, tsaka 2c y, and 1, 2. Palitan nyo lang ng para kita. Palitan natin 5. Yan, blue. Lagyan natin magdalawa tayong point. 3, 4. Ayan. Then, gamitin natin yung segment pag connect natin silang dalawa. Itong segment na yan. Ayan. Yung segment draws a line segment between two specified points. Ito, halimbawa, lagay natin yung nilagay natin. Yung x1 tsaka x sub 1, x2 ay 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then natin 5. Then palitan natin color. Palitan natin red ay black. Then solid, chuchu, and then ayan. Diba? Kita-kita na pag-connect natin yan. Points and line segment. What if dagdagan natin ng line yung ginagraph natin ngayon? Ayan, line. Line. Ano bang natin nun? Yung A natin. Bali, imagine nyo yung line na yan, yung standard equation ng line, ax plus by is equal to c. Bali, ilalagay lang natin yung mga value ng a, b, c. Halimbawa, value ni 1 ay 1, ni a ay 1, value ni b ay 2, at value ni c ay 3. Pen width, palitan natin 3, ay 5, sorry. Then red. Ayan, yung line, nakikita nyo. Syempre, line yan, nag-extend yan infinitely. Unlike sa line segment na may by both end. Ito, explain ko na lang itong ibang nasa baba. Recursive, differential, polynomial, intrinsic. Recursive, ginagamit yan used for sequences or iterative relationship where each value depends on the previous one. Etong differential, nagagamit to sa calculus. Differential used to display solution or slope fields of differential equations. Bigay tayong example. Ayan, gamitin natin yung nakalagay ditong default, then ayan. Yung makikita natin kung paano nagbabago yung function, yung paano yung pagbabago ng equation natin kapag dinidifferentiate. Bali, ganito pala yung sa calculus. Polynomial. Polynomial allows the user to define a polynomial using coefficients, although in practice, most users input polynomial using the explicit function. Kung memorize nyo naman na explicit, kahit hindi naman siya ganong ginagamit. Same with intrinsic. Intrinsic curve used for defining curves based on intrinsic properties. This is less commonly used in basic courses. Ginagamit siya kadalasan kapag nasa higher math na tayo. Sunod, itakil naman natin yung shade explicit inequalities. Una, type muna tayo ng explicit functions. Halimbawa, yung xx minus yy. Then, change the density 5, 5. Okay. And add ulit tayo isa pang explicit function na linear naman. Halimbawa, x quantity x plus 2 all over 5. Ayan, 5, density 5. Change natin yung color green. Yan. Then, try i-shade natin siya ngayon. Shade inequalities. Ayan. Then, interaction, color, then, sabihin natin black, then shade. Ayan, di ba? Kitang-kita naman na na-shadean na. Kung meron sa explicit, meron din sa implicit. Now, let's shade the implicit function. Ngayon, una, type muna tayo ng implicit equation natin. Palitan natin 13 into 10. Pen width into 5. Then, change color to red. Ayan, may circle na tayo. Ngayon, pwede na natin siyang i-shade. Ayan, so may mga equation dyan. Pili lang tayo. Ito, yung tinype natin kanina, xx plus yy is equal to 10. Kung gusto natin shadean yung loob, click natin yung change to less than. Ito, pinalitan lang natin ng black para madali nating ma-distinguish. Ayun, na-shade na siya sa loob, less than kasi. Palitan natin to green yung shade naman na mangyayari sa labas kapag greater than yung click natin. Ayun, kitang-kita naman yung pagbabago. Kung gusto natin makita yung mga equations na nilagay natin, click lang natin tong equa menu, then click natin inventory or control I, yung shortcut. Ayan, kung gusto natin i-appear ulit, eto, click lang natin yung graph. Ayan, pakita natin yung mga points. Ayan, points, yung segment kanina. Then, yung line. Bali, ayan. Kung gusto rin naman nating baguhin yung inventory size, andito lang din sa equa menu. Ayan, click nyo lang. Current size natin ay 50. Kung gusto nyo mas malaki, pwede nyo siyang palitan. Depende sa gusto nyo. Then, sa library, eto, yung library na to provides access to store or predefined function if available. Ayan, scroll nyo lang kung ano yung mga available dyan or yung mga functions na gusto nyo ilagay. Then, user function. Ito, i-menu din yung user function natin. Ayan, nandyan, alphabet. Nandyan, kung anong gusto nyo i-type, lagay nyo lang. At lastly, yung conceal or show yung points or equations. Ayan, nakikita nyo, nag-appear siya sa left side natin. Or kung gusto natin i-conceal yung points, ayan. Labas lang natin lahat. Points, then yung equation. Ayan, diba natago. And then, lastly, dulong-dulo na ba? Ito yung help. Nandyan, basahin nyo lang kung ano yung mga pwede kapag may hindi kayo alam. Kaya, help.
Now let's proceed to our next speaker, which is a Bachelor of Secondary Education major in Mathematics student, Miss Elaine Balba.
Alright, now that we have covered the file and equa menus, let's move to the view, BTNS, and one menus. These three are all about controlling what you see on the screen and analyzing the graphs you have already made. Let's go through them one by one. So, the view menu controls how the graph appears in the window. It allows users to adjust the viewing area and improve the visibility of graphs. So, the first option is simply called view. So, first, go to the window, then select 2 dimension. Then, when you click the view option, a small dialog box appears. Here, you can type in an exact width of the frame, meaning how wide the viewing area is, and the center coordinates, which tell WinPlot exactly where to focus. Think of it like setting GPS coordinates for your graph screen. This is useful when you need to focus on a very specific region of the graph, like zooming in around x equals to 0 or centering on a particular point. So, go to the view dialog and make the center 0, 0. Since the center is 0, 0, so we just change the width to 5. Then, this is the result. So, the next one is zoom. Allows users to zoom in or out to focus on the specific parts of the graph. So, when you want to zoom in, you just click the PG up, or you want to zoom out, you just click the PG down. The next one is the shift. It moves or spans your view in a direction without changing the zoom level. You can go right, you can click the arrow to the right, go right, or arrow to the left to go left, or up, down. There's an arrow keys as shortcut while you're working. You can see that in your laptop keyboard. Next is the last window. Last window is your undo button for the view. If you accidentally zoom in too far, or you fan away and get lost, just click the last window and snap back to where you were before. Or you can use the Ctrl L for the shortcut. Next is fit window. Fit window is very handy when you have multiple graphs plotted and you're not sure where they all are. So let's try to add a graph. Let's just put this one. Then add another graph. Let's say X. Then Y. Click the fit window and WinPlot automatically adjust the view so that all your graphs are visible on the screen at once. So, next is restore. Restore brings back WinPlot's original default view. The standard zoom and position it starts with. Use this if your view has gotten too customized and you just want a clean reset. So, let's just click the restore and this is the result. We just got back with the original. Next is redraw. Redraw is refreshes the graph display. And the implicit redraw is specifically redraws implicit graphs for better accuracy. The next one is grid. The grid option opens a dialog box where you can fully customize what your coordinate plane looks like. Here's what you can control. So, axis, ticks, intervals, scale, places, and pi. Let's try to click the polar grid. Then this is the result. Then try the rectangular and this is the result. Then click the dotted along with the rectangular. So this is the result. The next option is Ax. Ax lets you toggle the coordinates axis on or off. Useful for cleaner looking graphs. You can also name your axes instead of X and Y. You can label them any names that matches your graphing. So let's try. You can put any names in X and Y, then apply or select OK. Then this is the result. And the last option of the view menu is Help. And as always, Help opens the built-in reference guide for everything in the view menu. So let's proceed to the buttons menu. This menu gives you interactive mouse tools that let you click directly on the graph to get information, add labels, draw, and more. It changes what your mouse does when you click on the graph window. The first tool is Dragbox LB. LB means left button. When this is active, you can hold your left mouse button and drag a rectangle over any part of the graph. WinPlot will instantly zoom into exactly that box. It's the fastest way to focus in a specific area without typing any numbers. Next option is Text. Text lets you place labels or notes directly onto your graph. Right-click anywhere on the graph window to open a dialog box where you type your label and choose the font, color, and size. Then left-click to place it whenever you want. So the next option is Trajectories LB. shows you the path a point travels as parameters change. This is especially useful with parametric equation. Instead of just seeing the final curve, you can watch it being drawn by step. Next is XY chords LB. This one is very useful in class. XY chords LB means that when you left click anywhere on the graph, WinPlot tells you the exact X and Y coordinates of the point. If you right click instead, the view recenters at the exact point. Next is evaluated text. Evaluated text is one step beyond XY chords. Instead of just showing coordinates, it computes and displays actual calculated values as text directly on the graph, like showing the output of f of x at a specific value of x. The next one is paste from clipboard. It lets you copy and paste it into the graph window. Right-click to paste and left-click to move it around. You can also set its background to transparent or depending how you want it to look. Next is Sketch LB. Sketch LB lets you draw freehand on the graph using your mouse. This is a great for pointing things out during a live explanation, like circling a part of the graph you want students to focus on. Next is Erase Sketch. It removes any freehand drawings you made. It won't delete your actual graphs, only the sketch line you draw manually. So the last option of the BTNS or the buttons menu is Help. Help me opens the reference guide for everything in the buttons menu. So now, let's proceed with the one menu. The one menu is used when you are working with one function at a time. It gives you tools to analyze that function, finding key points, computing values, and transforming the graph. These tools are specifically important in algebra and calculus. So now let's proceed with the options. The first one is a slider. The slider tool lets you create a sliding control for any parameter in your equation. For example, if your equation is y equals to ax squared, you can use a slider to change the value of a in a real time and watch the graph change shape instantly. This is a great way to show students how coefficients affect graphs. Next is the zeros. Zeros finds the x-intercepts of your graph, the points where the function crosses or touches the x-axis. In algebra, these are the roots or solutions of the equation. WinPlot gives you approximate values which are usually accurate enough for classroom use. Next is extremes. It finds the highest and lowest points on a graph, the maximum and minimum. In calculus, these are called turning points or critical points. WinPlot calculates their approximate coordinates for you. The next is measurement. Measurement is used for numerical calculations. The most common use in calculus is finding the area under the curve, also called a definite integral. You set the bounds and WinPlot gives you the approximate answer. It can also compute an arc length and other measurements. Next is initial value problems. It lets you graph the solution of a differential equation when you know a starting point. For example, if you know the rate of change in a starting value, WinPlot draws the curve that satisfies both conditions. This is used in calculus and physics. Next is translate. Translate moves the entire graph left, right, up, or down without changing its shape. You enter how far to move it horizontally and vertically, and WinPlot shifts the graph accordingly. This is perfect for demonstrating graph transformation. So let's proceed with the reflect. Reflect flips the graph across an axis. You can reflect across the x-axis, the y-axis, or the line y equals x. This is a great for showing symmetry and inverse functions. So the next one is rotate. Rotate spins the graph around a specific point by a given angle. For example, you can rotate a line by 90 degrees to show it becoming vertical. This helps students visualize geometric transformations. The next one is roulettes. It generates special curves that come from rolling one circle or another or on a straight line. Classic examples include the cycloid and epicycloid. These are interesting curves used in engineering and advanced math. Next is evolutes. It creates a curve that traces the centers of curvature along your original curve. It's a more advanced calculus concept, but it produces visually interesting results. Next is revolved surface. It takes your 2D graph and rotates it around an axis to generate a 3D surface. This is directly related to the calculus concept of solid revolutions. Like when you rotate y equals to square root of x around the x-axis to get a 3D ball shape. Next is plot a list. It lets you enter a set of data points manually and plot them on the graph. This is useful when you have experimental or statistical data and you want to visualize it alongside the function. The last one in the option in one menu is Help. Help provides explanation and guidance for all the tools in the one menu.
Now let's proceed to our next speaker, which is a Bachelor of Secondary Education Mathematics student again, Miss John Ashley Ajero.
Now let's move on with the two variable mode or the two mode. In WinPlot, this is used when we are working with two functions at the same time and allowing us to compare, combine, and analyze their relationships. Under the two menu is the intersections, combinations, integrate, volume of revolution, line integral, sections, distance, and the help button. First, dito muna tayo sa intersections. So, before gumana itong first, you need to input equations. So here, we are finding the intersections. So you need two equations. So first, let us have x squared. And then, you will adjust its pen width as 3. And then, the color as red. Okay. And then, another equation is, say for example, we have x plus 2. We'll adjust its pen width 2. And then, the color from red to blue. Okay. So here, you can see the two equations, that is the x squared, and then this is the x plus 2. And then, you go to two menu, click intersections, and then, kailangan nating mahanap yung intersections ng dalawang equation na to. So, we need to mark those points. That is, let's mark this point, and then click next intersection for the next intersection, and then mark also that point. And then, as you can see, ito yung intersections ng dalawang equations. So now, let's go to combinations. So, gagamitin din natin itong dalawang equation na to, that is yung x squared, and then x plus 2. So, we want to find the combinations of these two. Dapat, makikita nyo sila dito. Ito yung x squared, and then x plus 2. Say, for example, we want to add these two equations. So, magkakaroon tayo ng another equations. And then, or another graph. Kapag kinlik natin ito yung mabubuo kapag pinag-add mo itong dalawang equations. And then kapag sinubtract mo naman, this graph, nagre-represent kapag sinubtract mo yung dalawang equation na to. Then if you multiply this one, divide, and then may kita nyo dito, may this symbol nagre-represent lamang ay itong G ay isa-substitute mo sa value ng F. So, let's check kung ano yung graph na mabubuo kapag sinubstitute natin yung G sa value sa equation na F. So, here, kapag sinubstitute mo yung value ng G sa value ng F, ito yung makukuha mong another graph or another equation. So, next, pupunta naman tayo sa integration. So, we need first to delete all of these graphs made from these two equations. So, delete. So, para magamit mo ulit itong under sa 2 menu, you need to input 2 equations. Siyempre, we want to integrate the area between 2 curves, so we need 2 equations. For example, first, we have, say, x. Adjust its pen width, 3 color as yellow green. Then, okay. Next is the x squared. Adjust its pen width, color, and to yellow. Then click OK. So here, may kikita nyo yung itong dalawang equations. We have x and then x squared. So punta tayo sa 2 menu. Click integrate. Here, dapat nandito yung dalawang equations na in-input natin. So we have x and then x squared. So we want to calculate. So we want to calculate these two equations from 0 to 1. 0 to 1 lang. So, ang mahalaga guys, huwag niyong kakalimutan yung lower and yung upper limit nyo. Kasi, kapag hindi nyo inilagay yung lower and upper limit nyo rito, pwedeng pati ito ay, this area na to ay makalculate ng wind plot. So, you need to be specific if you want to integrate two functions. And then, you click parabolic. So, you want the color of the area as orange. And then, close, click overlay, definite. So here, makikita natin, itong shaded region na to, ito yung area na nakalculate natin between these two equations. So, ang area na nakuha natin, to be specific, is 0.16667. Next, pupunta naman tayo sa volume of revolution. Say, for example, we want to compute these equations. So, volume of revolution is when a region is rotated around x-axis. So, here, we want to calculate the volume of the revolution of this, that is 1833.014598. So, yun yung volume niya kapag nag-rotate dito sa x-axis. So, next, pupunta naman tayo sa line integral. So, basically, ang line integral lang is when we calculate integral along a curve. This used in physics like work and flow. And then, dadako na rin tayo sa sections. So here, when we click section, dito, may kita natin itong dalawang equation natin. So, if you want to this area to cut into square parts, choose square parts if you want equilateral, semicircle, rectangle, isosceles, semi-ellipse. So we will choose square, and then we want to see solid. Click see solid. Here, makikita nyo. This area, yan. Ito siya. Ito, if we choose square, ito yung lalabas. If we choose equilateral, see solid, yan. Nakikita natin. This. Ayan siya. So, if you want semicircle, semi-ellipse, let's choose semi-ellipse. Here. Ito lang siya. May kita nyo lang siya basically in 3D graph. Itong area na na-compute natin kanina. So next, pupunta naman tayo sa last, sa distance. So here, kailangan muna natin i-delete itong mga equations na to. So, graph, or just delete it. Close. So here, sa distance kasi, we are measuring the distance between 2 points or graphs. Say for example, points na lang. Punta, equa, select point. Say for example, we have x is 2 and our y is 1. And then if you want your point to be circle, just click circle. If you want it solid, just click solid. Then click anchors. If you want to change the color, just click the color and then okay. Here is the point 2, 1, and then you want another point that is negative 2 and then 3. Anchors, color as orange, then okay. So here we want to measure the distance between these 2 points. We're in 2, 1 and then negative 2, 3. So punta tayo sa 2 menu, click distance. So here, makikita natin yung xy natin, that is 2, 3. Ito siya. Negative 2, 3. Ayun. So we want to calculate the distance of these 2 points. Just click distance. So here is the calculated value of the distance of these 2 points. That is 4.47214. And then the last here in 2 menu, which is yung help button. So here makikita nyo lang yung basically kung paano gamitin yung mga buttons under the 2 menu. So makikita nyo dito intersection, combinations, integration, volume of revolution, line integral. So here, mas maiintindihan nyo pa yung mga button under the tool menu. So now, let's move on to the animation menu or the animation tab. Here, makikita nyo yung parameters, evaluate, parameters, individual, linked window, scroll bar, units, simultaneous, and the help button. So first, dito mo tayo sa parameters. So here, we have our example that is y is equals to ax squared. So, punta tayo dito sa parameters. And then, here, may kita nyo if, like, as we change the a, the parabola becomes wider. And then, if comes back, ayan, may kita nyo, nagiging narrower na siya. So, as the a changes, the graph changes too. So, ito lang yun. Yan, nakikita nyo. So, next, pupunta naman tayo sa evaluate parameters. So, evaluate parameters lang is basically, this shows how specific the value changes the graph instantly. So, next dito tayo sa individual. So, individual, here, makikita nyo, same lang siya as we adjust this value of a, nag-adjust din yung graph. Continuously nag-adjust yung graph. So, we continue adjust the value of a. Next is the link window. So, link window naman, ito may parang panibagong tab wherein pwede kang mag-compare ng functions. Say, for example, we want here explicit x squared plus 8. Yan, nakita niyo. Dito, pwede mo silang pag-compare. Dito sa unang graph natin, pwede mong gawin na nag-change siya wider to narrower. And dito naman, pwede mong i-check na if this graph can goes up and down. Yun lang, yung magko-compare ka lang ng dalawang equations. Parang may panibagong tab lang na magagawa. And then next is the scroll bar units. Dito naman, nakikita natin ito, small steps and medium steps. Small steps represent as the smooth animation of this graph, and then medium steps is how fast the animation is. This controls how smooth or how fast the animation looks. Then next is the simultaneous. Then this simultaneous, list mo lang yung parameters niya. And then, ang mangyayari lang, this shows that how the slope or the line rotates or changes and moves up and down. So, yun lang yung simultaneous. And then, syempre, yung help button natin, if we forget how to use the tools, punta lang kayo sa help button. And then, yan. yung mga instructions dyan na makakatulong sa inyo if nalilito pa kayo or di nyo pa alam yung gagawin. So, yun lang ang nasa animation tab natin na makikita. Parameters, evaluate parameters, individual, length window, scroll bar units, simultaneous, and the help button. So now, let's move on to the last tab, which is the MISC tab. So, here, makikita natin settings, background, DEQ, miscellany, data, text, notebook, tables, inventory, page script, simulsprint, and the help tab. So, here, first, punta tayo sa settings. Makikita natin dito yung mga display pen width, printer pen width, makikita, pwede natin i-adjust yung thickness, yung fonts, colors. Say, for example, you want to change the color of the axis. Change this as blue. So, it's up to you. It's up to you to choose what color do you want, or if you want just black. Here, pwede kayong mag-adjust ng mga fonts. Gusto nyo, tables. And then, many more. So now, let's move on to the background. So here, pwede natin i-change yung color ng background natin. Say for example, we want to change it as this color. It's up to you to choose kung ano yung color na kung saan kayo komportable. White, just choose white. You know, just the background. And then the DEQ miscellany, which is these options, it provides extra tool for working with different equations. Say for example, we choose this, yan, lalabas. Ito yung lalabas kapag pinindot natin yung this. Nakikita nyo may mga extra working sheets kayo. Dito nyo lang siya makikita sa MISC tab. And then, next is the data. Here, it allows us to input or manage numerical data instead of graphing equations. We can plot actual data points, which is useful for statistic or real-life data analysis. So, yan. So, next is the text. Here, these features naman, let's us add text labels directly onto graphs. And then, we can use this also to label points, write explanations, itong text button natin, and then to yung highlight yung mga important parts ng graph. So here, dito nyo lang yan makikita, the text button. If you want to have in notes here, meron ditong notes, ayan, makikita nyo. Pwede kayong mag-input dyan ng mga important equations, mga steps. Pwede nyong ma-document yun using this. And very useful din siya for your presentations or lessons. Depende sa inyo kung paano gagamitin itong notebook. And then next is the tables. This is the table of values for a function. So, makikita nyo wala tayong table kasi wala naman tayong in-input na mga functions. Points lang yun nandyan sa may inventory natin. And next, dito nyo makikita yung table ng corresponding x and y values nyo to help you understand more how the functions behave numerically. Next is the inventory. So, parang yung kanina lang yan, Control-I, shortcut ng inventory. Ito, makikita nyo yung mga equations wala na nakalagay dyan na naka-input. Ni-input natin kanina. This is basically yung mga equations natin. And then next is paste script. This allows us to paste script or commands sa WinPlot natin, and this is also very useful when we are creating graphs using pre-written instructions. So next is the cycle print, and this feature helps us to organize outputs when we need several graphs printed together. And then last is yung help button natin. Di yan mawala sa every menu na meron tayo. So, this provides also guidance sa inyo and more explanations pa how to use these softwares and its features. Ayan, makikita niya sa colors, fonts, and makikita niyo yung mga detail na pwede nyo pang makita or malaman. So, explore nyo lang tong menu, help tab if may mga hindi kayo maintindihan dito sa ating discussion. Yun lamang, and this part is basically tinarget lang natin is yung to animation and then yung miscellaneous tab. Yun lang, and sana marami kayong natutunan or may natutunan kayo sa discussion natin.
Now let's proceed to our next speaker, which is a BSED mathematics student again, Miss Joanna Lee Galanga. A round of applause, please.
In this part of the discussion, we will focus on two important features of WinPlot, namely the buttons menu and the miscellaneous menu. These features allows us to interact with graphs, customize settings, and explore different representations of mathematical functions. To begin, let us explore the buttons menu, which includes three mouse modes. In text mode, the right mouse button is used to create and edit text overlays. A dialog box appears where we can select the font, color, and size. Let me demonstrate this in WinPlot. First, make sure a graph window is open. Now, go to the buttons menu and select text mode. Next, we will right-click anywhere on the graph. A dialog box appears. Here, we can type text, and let's type mathematics. And choose the font, color, and size. After entering the text, we click OK. Now we left-click on the screen and the text appears. As shown here, once we click, the text is displayed and can be edited. Now, to move the text, we will left-click on the text, then drag it. Observe that the text can be repositioned anywhere on the graph. Next are the positioning options. Right-click the text to open options. The view frame keeps the text fixed even when zooming, as what we can observe here. Before we can tie a text to a point, we must first create that point in the 2D window. From the main WinPlot menu, select Window, then select 2D. Click the Equa menu at the top of the new graph window and select Point. Right-click and in the dialog box that appears, enter the desired values. We can also choose the dot size and the style. Click OK. Our point will appear in the graph and its details will be listed in the inventory window. After that, go to the buttons menu and ensure text is checked. Right-click anywhere on the graph area to open the Edit Text dialog box. Type your desired label, say point, into the text box. Look for the drop-down or option labeled tied to or similar within the Edit Text dialog and select the point you created earlier from the list. This anchors the text to the point's mathematical coordinates. After clicking OK, you can left-click and drag the text to offset it slightly from the point. You may use the page up or page down keys to zoom. The text will move along with the point as the coordinate grid shifts. Or we can connect it to a specific point in our inventory. Also, we can set the background to opaque or transparent and adjust dashes using ASCII values. Next, we move to the XY coordinates LB mode. Using the left click, the exact coordinates of the pixel click are displayed based on the current coordinate system. On the other hand, using the right click will recenter the view to the selected point without changing the zoom level. To do this, go to the buttons menu and select XY coordinates. Now, we will left-click on the graph. Notice that the exact coordinates of the points appear. Now, we will right-click. Observe that the graph recenters to that point while the zoom level remains the same. Now, let us proceed to paste from clipboard. Before we paste from the clipboard, let us first copy graphics to the clipboard. After that, go to the buttons menu and select Paste from Clipboard. Then right-click on the graph. Observe that this pastes graphics from the clipboard. However, if the clipboard does not contain something other than graphics, the result may be unexpected. To move the pasted graphic, we will left-click and drag. If we right-click the item, a dialog box appears. Here we can change the background, delete the item, or copy it again. Now that we have explored the buttons menu, let us proceed to the miscellaneous menu. Now, click the miscellaneous menu and then select settings. The settings dialog box contains 4 sections: colors, fonts, pen thickness, and miscellany. In the colors section, individual palette entries can be edited by right-clicking on a selected color as what we can see here. Also, we can check graph in black to make all graphs appear in black. Next is fonts. Select font and click edit. As you can see, this allows changing fonts. Axis scale symbol can also be adjusted by replacing hyphens using ASCII codes. Additionally, codes may be needed for displaying pi symbols. These are enabled in the View Grid dialog. Now, we go to pen thickness, then enable Take and Print. As you can see, this increases the thickness of printed curves and lines. The miscellany section includes several options, such as displaying up to 16 decimal places in dialog boxes and list boxes, checking solid arrowheads to fill in the arrows at the ends of the axis, including background color when copying items, and enabling high-resolution copy for better output quality. Another important command here is delete text, which removes all text overlays permanently. But be careful when using this as it has no undo option. Next is mapping, which transforms how graphs are represented. Before demonstrating, we will input first a default explicit equation. Go to the Equa menu, then select explicit. Enter y is equal to x squared, then click OK. Now, go to the window, select mapping, select XY plane. This shows the standard graph where graphs are plotted using Cartesian coordinates. It is the most commonly used view for graphing basic functions such as linear, quadratic, and trigonometric equations. Now, for the next mapping option, go to equations, then select explicit, enter again y is equal to x squared, then click OK. Go to the window, select mapping, then select Z plane. It will be like this. As shown here, this allows visualization in a different dimension, often used when working with more advanced functions or when interpreting mappings involving complex numbers or transformations beyond the standard plane. Go to the window, select mapping, then select the ordered pair ln of x, y. Go to the equations, then select explicit. Enter y is equal to x squared, then click OK. And it will be like this. As what we can observe here, this mapping option applies a logarithmic transformation to the x values while keeping y unchanged. It is useful for analyzing functions where the x values grow exponentially or when studying data that spans a wide range. For the next mapping option, go to the window, then select mapping, then select the ordered pair x, ln of y. Go to the equations, then select explicit, enter again y is equal to x squared, then click OK. And it will be like this. In this option, the y values are transformed logarithmically while x remains the same. This is commonly used when examining exponential growth or decay, making curved graphs appear more linear. Now for the last mapping option, go to the window, then select mapping, then select the ordered pair ln of x, ln of y. Go to the equations, then select explicit. Enter y is equal to x squared, then click OK. And it will be like this. Here, both x and y values are transformed using logarithms. This mapping option is useful in identifying power relationships between variables and is often used in scientific and statistical analysis. Now, let us proceed to planets. Go to the window, select planets. This feature simulates planetary motion using mathematical models. As shown, objects move in orbits around the central body. This helps visualize circular motion, parametric equations, and gravitational behavior. Moving on to the Show Recent Files option, go to the window first, then check the Show Recent Files option. Here, it displays recently opened WinPlot files, allowing quick access to previous work without manually searching through folders. On the other hand, the Open Last File option automatically reopens the most recently used WinPlot file, making it easier to continue working on the latest graph without going through the File menu and selecting it manually. We also have the Use Defaults option, which restores the default setting of WinPlot, including graph window size and viewing range. This feature is helpful when the graph window has been changed too much and we want to return to the original program settings. Finally, the Exit option is used to close the WinPlot program.
We would like to extend our sincerest gratitude to our speaker for sharing their knowledge and expertise. Once again, thank you very much to everyone for participating in today's seminar. We hope that the knowledge gained from WinPlot will help enhance your understanding and teaching of mathematics soon. This concludes our seminar. Thank you for attending and have a great day ahead.